get this oil change done. Pinch well. Space for the jack stand. Pretty straightforward. Going to 75,000 miles with really just comprehensive issues. Well, I had to put 2 new tires on. They were about $100 a piece from National Tire and Battery. Rest it on the jack stand. Right there, and keep the jack up. That's kind of high. Loosen the oil cap. It's always a little stuck, so I use these. Right. Oil cap is loose, but I kept it on. All right, what next? Oil drain pan. That last month or so's oil still in there, and I'll drop it. I'll drive directly to the Advanced Auto to empty it. That's what I use. There's a little air thing I gotta open up. So roll in and out faster. Everything's tight. You can see that, right? That's what I use. All right. Under. So I normally loosen the oil filter, then loosen the drain plug. $14mm ratchet I got. The name of it. Oh, it's right here. Tom Mars, if you care. 14mm socket, and these right here. All right, got a grip on the very end. A tight grip and turn slowly. Now today I have what I normally like, because it has the grip. I can just grip the pliers on that and turn it. It's the Fram PH4967. Says 10,000 miles. Now I always do highway miles. So highway miles, they say, is better on your oil than city driving. So I always do highway miles anyway. So I do about 10,000. They say 3-5. Nah, I do about 10,000. I do between like 7,000 probably to 10,000. And I never have any issues. All right. Hope you can see it says 10,000 on there. Not right there. Yeah, different language. This is 10,000. See that? All right. So, oil. Amazon, I buy them in 3s. Right there. Buy them in 3s. I think it's about $70-something. 0.16. All right, on this, unloosen the filter, and then unloosen the drain plug. All right. Paper towels. Towels at. I'll see use these to catch some of the oil. All right. So far so good. Someone asked in the comments about did I do an underbody coat, a coating under. I didn't do an undercoat to protect the what I guess the suspension and steering parts from rusting. I don't live in a rust belt. I live in, let's say, the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware area. So not really worried about rust too much. And under here, doesn't look too bad. So, all right. Let's get this filter off. And when you put the filters back on, they don't need to be super tight. So when you take them off, it won't come off too difficult. Yeah, and it's spinning pretty good. Let me, I think if I do that, working extra hard for you guys. This has to filter right there. All right, I think it's as good as we can get it. So, get the towel ready. This is as good as we can get it. I gotta get closer. All right. Now, when I'm out in the street, well, I think when I'm out in the street, I can do this the same way. I just be subject to the elements. So I have to really be very intentional and be very prepared, especially in the colder months. If you can see that. And this is the STP filter on here now, with extended life. This is what I do. I like to, sometimes anyway, take the filter off first. And plug is right here. I think I should probably change that too. But again, this is end of life. Of course, I'm trying to pay a little bit of debt off first before I make the purchase so I can get a lower interest rate on the RAV4 hybrid. So, all right, I'm gonna put that filter on before I do anything. I normally do put a little, what I was taught to put a little used oil. I don't know if I can show you. I got one hand under here. On the seal, put a little used oil on the seal. And give the area. See, if I have both sides jacked up, I guess next time I'll do the oil change, I'll jack both sides of the car up so you can see it. So you have a perfect sight. Yeah, if I had jacked it, because the camera's under the transmission. So it's a little lower where the camera is, so I can't get it quite under there. So next time I'll jack both sides of the car up. Or SUV, hopefully. Next time you see the oil change video, maybe I'll have a, well, no, I'm doing the transmission fluid change. The transmission is right above the camera. So I'll do that in a few days. All right, so I go hand tight. Hand tight. And is this car burning oil? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Remember, this is all highway miles. I go hand tight. I'm left-handed. This is, I'm using my right hand. So my dominant, I'm not using my dominant hand. So right there, I think that's probably even still too tight. Let me see, go back. All right, go back. Yeah. I've never had issues with oil filters. Well, that's not true. All right. There's a reason why I started favoring the Fram is because of me piercing the STP or a different brand and being scared to death I wouldn't be able to get it off while in a apartment parking lot driveway. Well, apartment parking lot. All right, let's get that filter. Rest of the oil drained. Let's put you on the side. And the trick is not to spill anything, or at least get it to the right position where I can catch the rest of it. And I always forget what position this is in. I wrote it down. I think it's toward the right of the car. That's good. Let's try that. Yep, toward the right of the car. All right, so I'm turning toward the right of the car. Put the wrench down. I'm gonna spill some. So this oil pan is good for obviously doing oil changes on the ground. That's why it's so flat like that. Yeah, we caught it. We caught it. Put that in the center, wipe my hand off, and get the pan in position for the flow rate to change without hitting the camera. All right. There we go. There we go. And when I'm done the oil change, I'll give you the interval. What miles just is it changed at? I forget. I was supposed to do this last week or 2 weeks ago. Alright, flow rate is changing. You're gonna let that drip. I guess you can just fast forward it if you don't want to see it drip. Alright, and remember, I have the car tilted to the left. The right side is jacked up. So I guess I could drain more out if it was more level. But we made it to 475 doing it this method. Well, I have it jacked up a little bit higher than normal. And I would normally jack it up. I think I jacked it up this height high. About on the last rung, if that's the right word, on the jack stand. I don't know if you can see that over there. Last rung. You probably just want to fast forward this. What else do I need up top? I need a funnel. We'll clean that funnel off and get it into position up top, but leaving the cap on until I get up there. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna take a new shop towel, and clean the filter, the funnel. New shop towel, clean funnel, inside and out. Just trying to just reduce the amount of debris in the engine. Introducing new, don't want to introduce too many new. Obviously, it's not possible not to introduce new debris, but you know, try to get the old or new motor oil off from your hands forward. And possible contaminants, debris. All right, so that's pretty much going to drip forever. You know, of course, if you really wanted to do a better job, you would. That would be superfluous. Take the oil pan off, let it drain like that, change the oil pan gasket. But again, it's not leaking. That's superfluous. It's just too much to do that. And we're at 475,000 miles. We just want to keep this transmission. I've neglected the transmission. It's not hydraulic. It's just fluid, lubricant based for the Toyotas. but I gotta drain that fluid, and I'll do that on the next video to get at least to use this as a car to drive around town. You know, I'm not going to get rid of it, not going to sell it. I remember my first car I leased, no, I financed. You know, dealer got me and got me to trade in my car. Yeah, that I should have kept. So it was a 2001 Camry, and I traded in a 91 5-speed Accord when I got the 2001 Camry, and he cheated me. He didn't even give me money for it. He just used the plates for the new car. So this car, right, that was years ago. This car around, not trading this car in. I have the title. Transmission's good. Engine's, it's good. It's lasting. We're at 475,000 miles on everything. But we're not gonna trade this car in. We're gonna keep it. Now, when I start going on the road, that's the issue. If I do the mobile thing and I'm on the road with no home, where would I keep the car? Well, I had to keep it in a legally parked space, registered and insured on a public spot. Or I could just keep it near a friend. Yeah, I would do that. I would keep it near a friend's residence, where you can, you know, check up on it, you know, every day, because they'll see it every day. But it'll be in a public spot. So I would have to find that. That would be the issue. I would have to find a place to store this car, either publicly or privately. So more likely it would be in public, and I gotta watch out for street parking, special events, etc. So I would have to stay in the area with 2 cars if I'm wanting to do the mobile thing, to, you know, living in the car. All right, just want to make sure the cap was loose up top, so I'll make sure it was draining correctly. The right amount. All right, so it's at a drip, so you can't do anything about that unless, you know, make the job much longer. And remember, I'm on the ground, so. All right, we go hand tight. I could do the brake clean thing. Spray that, but we're not gonna do that this time. All right, I'm sure there is a torque spec. All right. Change you, so toward the car, toward the right side to, I already changed it already, didn't we? We turn it to the right side of the car to unloosen it, and then we're going to turn it to the left side to tighten it. I think it's like 30. I have a torque wrench, but yeah, we're not going to use it. All right, and that's probably too tight, but there we go. All right, job well done. All right, so now we got to go up top. Let's not edit this. Let's just keep it in real time. Let's keep it in real time so we don't gotta edit. Let me put this up top. That's the funnel. Move you out the way. And let's drag you. You can't take the phone call right now. All right, good. I don't know, do you like edits or like raw videos? What do you prefer? Let's clean this filter again. This takes, I believe, 4 1/4 quarts. I normally do 4 1/2. So I normally do 4 1/2. Make sure it's clean and the valve cover is dirty. So let's do that. We're not going to interrupt any dirt. You gotta put it on, put it in there. Not going to interrupt any dirt. Clean the lip off. place it sitting up. Not interested in any dirt on top. Gotta get the oil. 0.16, hope you can see that. 0.16. All right, Amazon, or I can get it at your local Walmart. They have good deals on oil. Forget exactly how much it was. Opens up. It doesn't have the seal, the what you call it, the aluminum seal anymore. Just straight raw. I don't know if I can show you that. I don't spill any. I probably can't. Okay. Don't want to spill any. All right, so let's pour. It's tight down there. Oil filter is tight. Plug is tight. All right, start pouring. I hope you can see that. I arrange it so you can see it. I'm not gonna risk looking at the camera again. All right, so how do I estimate if I have the right amount of oil? So what I normally do, I just try to pour most of it in. That makes sense. Until I feel it's almost empty. So it should be about a quart left. So the target is to get 4 quarts in here. And then we'll use our eye to get half a quart more. I believe the actual capacity, the proper level, I should say, is 4 1/4 quarts. Not 4 1/2, but I always put 4 1/2. I've been doing that, so that's not going to hurt it. All right, you do what you wish with your own, car, but I do 4 1/2. All right, so let's see. I know we put it on the ground, and look. All right, we got 2 more quarts left. 2 more quarts left. So we're gonna put a quart in. So it was 4 quarts. Check it again. Check it again. We're at 1 1/2. All right. Don't want to put 5 in. That's what we're trying to avoid, putting 5 quarts in. Which probably it could take it. I've never put 5 quarts in, but let's see. All right, we're at about 4 quarts. It says 1 quart left. 1 quart is left. Tap it. All right, so I'm just gonna be very gingerly, about half a quart. I think that's about right. I don't think I can really show them the camera, but let me see. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's about right here. Right here. So it's about 4 1/2 quarts. All right. Meaning it's less than 1 quart left, the capacity. So you go down, it's about right here. So I did about 4 1/2 quarts. Let me check it again on the ground. And ground yet, it's about at that last point. It's whoa, see? Shits and giggles. That's bam. Probably overdoing it, but bam. 475,000 miles. Well, we don't want to have any oil leaks either, so it's not use that as an excuse because it's high mileage. All right, without disturbing the dust, tighten it up. This could use a good cleaning, but I can look up how to clean the valve cover. All right, so oil change is done. I'm gonna check the level. Well, put it down. Check the level because the right side of the car is jacked up. All right, and I always save. I'm always I'm used to, you know, Hondas, Accords, Toyotas burning oil, well, really Hondas. So I'm always, you know, from, you know, back in the day, I always think it's going to burn oil, but this engine's never burned oil. And refund issued. Yep. So Amazon just came in real time. Said that they refunded my $230 for the headlamp assemblies. Show you the beginning of the video. Shows you the right headlight. Well, the lights are off now. Right headlamp assembly, which is, I believe, at the dealer, I think it's like $500. All right. That's the right side. This is out. All right. High beams still work, and the running lights around it still work. Turn signals still work. All right. So this fully works. This is the left side. It's yeah, it's a combination, I believe. Headlight and high beam and low beam, I believe it's in one unit, if I'm not mistaken, or it's right here. I forget. But either way, for the hybrid vehicles, you cannot replace the LED headlight, which is, I think, really, I think they're ripping people off. Now again, the amount of driving I've done on this car, 475,000 miles since 2019, brand new. The headlamp assembly should have lasted the life of the vehicle. So, again, but still, you should be able to change the bulb. And I checked. I had the Corolla gasoline one here, and it was different. It didn't fit. I thought it was the right one, so I had to take the headlamp assemblies I received were for the regular gasoline Corolla 2020. None of the cables matched up. Let's see if I can show you. And I was extremely pissed. You probably can't see too much, but right there. There's the white one. The gray one. All right, it didn't line up, and it looked different. So we're getting through it. We're getting through it. At nighttime, I can still see. So the running light around it, like a light that goes around it, still works. You should have saw in the beginning of the video. Just the low beam doesn't work, which again, I'm really pissed that Toyota decided to make it an assembly, so you have to buy the whole assembly. You can't just change the LED bulb. So, all right, let's get this thing down and check the level. Turn the tile. Floor is dusty, so I don't want to. The stand I have it on, I'm trying to keep it clean, the bottom of it clean. It's a suction cup little device. Let's get you there. Bam. Excuse the road noise. Excuse the road noise. All right, that's light here. But soon I'm probably going to be out on the street, on the road, doing these little repairs. All right, let's clear everything from under it first. Let's try that. And we'll clean the oil pan up too. So we jack it up first. And lower it. You can see that. Let's check under the car, make sure there's nothing under there. All right. It's a little faster than I normally like, but that's lowering. I like to lower it a little slow. Right. Push to the side. What I normally do is an initial check with the car off. It's a landing for you guys. Fresh towel. Of course, it's going to be not registering right. Got to run it. Should leave the camera up here while I start the car. Yeah, we'll leave it up here. All right. Really can't see it. Is there a light on it? Yeah, you really can't see it, but if you can, you can. I don't think you can, though. Looks good, but we gotta run the engine. Now to run the engine. So let's start her up for about 5 seconds. That's what I do, about 5 seconds. Okay, all right. There shouldn't be too much vibration. 4-cylinder. All right, let's go. Fire her up. Highly doubt it's going to be an accurate reading still, but we know how much we put in. We technically don't know how much we took out, but we know how much we put in. From what I see, maybe a little bit more sunlight. Yeah, it's above the 2 lines, but that's to be expected. Car was running. I've never gotten an accurate, well, let me say never, because in the past I've gotten excellent readings, but I wiped it off already. But it's supposed to be between the 2 lines, and we know how much we put in. We put in 4.5. So that's the end of the oil change and the update on the 2020 Corolla Hybrid, and pretty much all the problems. Well, that's one more thing. Now, when I'm riding on the road, because I have no fenders, there's a slight vibration. All right, and I believe that is because I have it's not aerodynamic under, if I'm saying that right. So I'm getting a little vibration, so I can see this, you know. Then you can see the headlight moving a little bit. So yeah, but so that's the sound I believe I'm hearing. The axles look good. You should have saw the video with the wheel bearing assembly, the hub assemblies. Those are good. And everything else, that's now getting a little dark. Bring some light with us. Everything else is running pretty good. Oh yeah, rear brakes. They need to be done. Okay, so tomorrow I'll get online and look for rear brakes, and we'll do the rear brakes. I think there's anything else. That's all the problems. Oh, and the engine compartment's dirty. It's very dirty. But yeah, this thing's a monster. It's a beast. Definitely. Oh yeah, we gotta change the fluid. Because over time the antifreeze becomes acidic and it starts melting, corroding the hoses. So that's the right word, if that's the right word. So we have to do a fluid flush. All right. So we had to look up how to do that. Both the radiator and for the radiators here, and for the inverter. All right, that's the electric motor for the Toyota hybrids. Right there, and the radiator and the condenser up here. But the radiator, so I believe it's one system, or it might be two. So I'll have to look it up. All right, we did the plug. Should have saw that video. That's it. She's gonna keep going. I'm sure she'll make it over 500,000 miles. This is my only car, so I definitely have to, within the next month, purchase a new car, because I depend on this car. It's my only means of transportation and work. Temporary solution. Yeah, I'm doing it. We're gonna do that. It'll have to do. We're not buying anymore. All right, we're off to change dump the used oil. Advanced Auto. Now, at this Advanced Auto, I guess they had an issue with customers dropping other fluids besides motor oil. So you actually have to sign a paper saying that this is only motor oil and not anything else. I always like to back up. I don't like being too close to the door. That's just me. How you doing? I just need to dump this used motor oil.
We don't take used motor oil anymore.
You don't?
Nope.
Any Advanced Auto or just this one?
Right now, as far as I know, it's this one. I don't know about the other ones.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right. They don't accept used motor oil at this specific location. Okay. All right. So we gotta drive to another location. Oh, that sucked. All right, we gotta drive to find it's an AutoZone. It's a few miles down the road. I guess people were, yeah, like I said, I didn't know that they didn't accept it anymore. I guess people were bringing, into that Advanced Auto, bringing other fluids, and every time, I guess they get different types of fluids, they get fined to whoever they send the oil off to. So We gotta go to this AutoZone down the road and see what we can do. I never dumped oil here before, but we'll see. We will see. About 2 miles away. I'll get back to you when I get there. All right, I'm approaching this AutoZone. Hopefully they take my oil. That was a little odd that the other place didn't take the oil, but let's see. Let's see what happens here. So this AutoZone is dumping my oil. They're dumping the oil. That's $40 for one. Okay, went well. They took it. They took the oil. AutoZone took it. So I'm gonna open up a commercial account with AutoZone. I have a LLC with the EIN number, so just gonna one day walk into AutoZone and say, "Anyone want to open up a commercial account?" Bring my portfolio, obviously. That shutter. And focus. I guess you don't need to be focused. So I'm gonna head back to the fort, and today was insightful. Got this video out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be doing more videos about, you know, car living, repairs I'm doing in the car, repairs I'm doing in other cars. So come along with me on this journey. Until next video.